What were you feeling back then? I found an old photograph today. It wasn't hidden, I just hadn't looked at it for a very long time. We're both smiling, the kind of smile that doesn't seem to know what comes next. I remember where we were, I remember what we talked about. I even remember how warm the afternoon was. But there's one thing I wonder now. What were you feeling when this picture was taken? Were you as happy as you looked? Or were you already carrying something you never told me? I never thought to ask back then. Maybe I didn't need to, maybe I thought there would always be another chance. Now all I have is this photograph. It remembers the moment, but not your heart. After all these years, I'm finally asking, what were you thinking back then? Out of nowhere, I wonder about your heart. You said, don't think too much. Was that all you meant? Or were there words you decided not to say? I wanted to ask you then, I never did. Maybe you thought I'd understand without asking. Maybe you were right, maybe you weren't. Was that really what you meant? When you looked away like that, was that really what you meant? Or was there something left unsaid? I've carried that one sentence longer than you ever knew. Was that really what you meant? If I asked you now, would your answer be the same? Or has time changed the meaning too? Maybe it changed mine first. I don't need the perfect answer, I just wonder which part was true. Was that really what you meant? I've wanted to ask for years. Maybe you don't even remember saying it. Was that really what you meant? I stopped by a bakery today. There was a loaf on the shelf. that looks strangely familiar. It took me a second to remember. You used to like that one. I smiled for a moment, then went on with my day. I thought I'd forgotten more than I actually had. Every now and then, something ordinary quietly reminds me of you. Maybe we've left little pieces of us hidden inside everyday life. They don't hurt anymore, they just appear when I least expect them. Funny how memories work, they don't always wait for birthdays, anniversaries, or rainy afternoons. Sometimes they arrive with something as ordinary as a loaf of bread. It made me wonder if that ever happens to you. If somewhere in the middle of an ordinary day, something small quietly reminds you of me. I guess I'll never know. I guess I'll never know. Heard about it years too late from someone else, what you were carrying back then, what you were going through. I never knew what waited behind the words you never spoke. Now that I know it's far too late, nothing can be changed anymore. Why did you stay silent? What kept the words inside? Was there something you were hiding, or something you tried to hide? I'm sorry I didn't notice, I'm sorry I never knew. Only now I'm wondering what your silence meant to you. I remember how you smiled. You always made it sound like nothing was wrong. I simply believed you every time. Maybe you had nowhere to begin. Maybe you were scared of what might happen. I learned the truth too late for anything to be different. Why did you stay silent? What kept the words inside? Was there something you were carrying you thought you had to hide? I'm sorry I didn't notice, I'm sorry I never knew. Only now I'm wondering what your silence meant to you. I'm not asking you to answer, there's no answer I could hear. I just wish I'd been there for you when you needed someone near. Why did you stay silent? What were you trying to protect? Was it me or was it something you could not explain? Yet it's too late to change the moment, too late to help you through. But only now I understand your silence had a reason too. I heard about it years too late, and now I think of you. If we'd taken the later train, if I'd answered your call, if we'd stayed 5 minutes longer, if I'd said don't go at all, if we'd walked the other street, if we'd missed that turning light, if the morning had begun just a little more to the right, if one small moment had quietly changed, if we'd made a different choice, if we'd gone another way, if that ordinary afternoon had become another day, if I'd known what came ahead, if you had known it too, if one little moment changed, would we still be me and you? If it had started raining, if I'd brought an umbrella, if we'd stopped for one more coffee, if we'd talked a little longer, if we'd laughed one more time, if we'd missed the final bus, if we'd looked back one more time, if time had waited for us, if one small moment had quietly changed, if we'd made a different choice, if we'd gone another way, if that ordinary afternoon had become another day, if I'd known what came ahead, if you had known it too, if one little moment changed, would we still be me and you? If the wind had blown another way, if the light had changed sooner, if we'd met a little later, if we'd never met at all, if we'd made a different choice, if we'd gone another way, if one ordinary moment had quietly changed. Another morning, another road, another sky I've never known. Another corner, another turn, still wondering what I haven't learned. Another face I passed today, another dream that slipped away. Another step, another mile, still asking after all this while. Every road looks certain until you walk alone. Am I going the right way? We're just moving on. Am I getting any closer? Or have I been all along? Am I chasing tomorrow or leaving today behind? Am I going the right way? Or just hoping I'll find it in time? Sometimes I walk too fast, sometimes I slow down. Sometimes I think I'm lost without ever leaving town. Sometimes the signs are clear, sometimes they disappear. Sometimes I trust my heart, sometimes I question where we are. No one sees the whole map while they're walking through it. Am I going the right way? We're just moving on. Am I getting any closer? Or have I been all along? Am I chasing tomorrow or leaving today behind? Am I going the right way? Or just hoping I'll find it in time? Maybe no one really knows. Maybe everyone's pretending. Maybe every road feels uncertain from the middle. Am I going the right way? Am I looking far enough? Am I already closer than I ever thought I was? Am I? Did I ask too much of myself? Did I try too hard to be enough? I still remember all those nights, wondering why I couldn't get it right. I thought everyone else knew the way while I was learning day by day. I carried more than I could see without knowing what it meant to be me. It's easy to judge the person I used to be. Did I really do my best back then? Or is that something I'll never know? Did I give all that I could, even when it didn't show? Maybe I was growing in ways I couldn't see. Did I really do my best back then? Maybe that's enough for me. I didn't know what I know now. I couldn't see this far ahead. I only had the heart I had and the thoughts inside my head. Some days I stumbled, Some days I stood still, but every little step I took was the best I knew until if I met that younger version of me, I don't think I'd tell them to change. I'd probably just sit beside them for a little while. Did I really do my best back then? Maybe I was doing all I could with the person I was and the life I knew. Maybe I did. I did. It felt like every day was just another day. Nothing seemed very different until one day I realized everything already had. I can't remember if we ever said goodbye. I can't remember if there was a day it all changed. When did we change? Was there a moment we simply couldn't see? Was it one quiet afternoon, one ordinary conversation, one small goodbye that never sounded like one? I didn't notice it at first one day, that everything was just different. I don't remember the moment it changed. Maybe nothing happened, maybe everything did. So slowly, neither of us noticed. No one notices the moment a season changes, but somehow everyone accepts that it already has. Maybe people are the same. I wonder, when did we change? Some questions stay for years, some disappear before morning, some quietly become part of the way we live. Some are forgotten, some return when we least expect them. I used to think every question needed an answer. Do some questions have answers? Or are they simply meant to stay? Like old photographs, like changing seasons, like people we once knew. Perhaps questions aren't empty, could it be they quietly keep something alive? I wonder if not knowing is really something to fix. Some doors stay closed, some letters stay unsent, some words stay silent, some questions stay. Do some questions have answers? I don't know. Is that why they still matter? I remember asking you once, why don't you ever answer my questions? You smiled and said, some questions are hard to answer. I don't remember what I asked. Funny, the question disappeared. The conversation didn't. So I asked again, you don't have to be right. Why not just tell me what you think? You laughed, almost sounding frustrated. If I don't say the answer you're hoping for, you'll just keep asking, looking back. I think I did. Back then, I thought every question had a right answer. Now I think I finally understand what you meant. Not every question has an answer, and somehow that doesn't make the question disappear. Some questions stay quietly for years. Never talked about it again, but somehow I kept remembering what you said. Little by little, I learned to keep walking without every answer. Some questions stay, and somehow, so do we.